here on Spaceship Earth. As it stands, I am the only one talking right now. We don't have anybody online, but I see a bunch of thumbs up, so hopefully somebody is gonna pop up soon and start asking some questions. Last week I couldn't figure out how to open up the chat log to talk to you guys, and then I was like, yeah, I'll go on YouTube and figure out how to do that. Well, fast forward like a week later, and honestly I haven't went on YouTube to figure out how to do it. So I just saw a chat pop up. We've got 3 people on right now. Let me see if I can pull this chat up. Message. Let me click on this. Man, we're dealing with the same nonsense as last week. I really should have YouTubed this. Hold on, guys. I want to be able to see your messages. Alright. Sorry for this technical difficulty. Damn, I knew I should have researched this. I literally have a computer in front of me right now. I should just check really quick how to read the messages. Like, I'm touching a screen and nothing's happening. Last week when I touched the screen, I was able to see the chat log. I wonder if I turned it sideways, would that make a difference? Let's see. Okay, I saw something. When I swipe my finger, it says, what's up? Eric Smith says, what's up? What's up, Mr. Eric Smith? Then I see Mike Richard. He says, I like your content. Well, man, I appreciate that. Let me see. I think I figured this out. I think I need to swipe my finger. Oh, there we go. Figured it out. Okay, so if I swipe my finger on the screen, I can read your messages. Now, the question is how to keep it up so I can just watch it. Eric Smith says, hey, brother. Hey, man, what's up, Eric Smith? What part of the United States are you from? I'm going to take a guess he's from Alabama because he's slow. No, I'm just joking around, man. I'm joking around. All right, we got 4 people on. Oh, he says Tennessee, man, not too far. Mike Pritchard says, how do you deal with account managers? Well, what seems to be the problem? Bayhon Reese, what's up, man? Marcelino E, sup? He gives me a big sup. What's up, man? How to deal with account managers? Well, Mike, what's going on, man? What are these account managers doing to you? Are they not paying you? How do you deal with them? You send 3 guys in with a pipe, square things up. Officer Bahi, sup, bro? I have the same taser. Is that the Post or Post Plus? You know what, man? This one's the Post Plus, and it's a great taser. The Plus, the feature that it has in it is you can attach it to the picture of your phone, and if you ever engage somebody with your taser, let's say you shock somebody, it will literally call 911 for you. That's one of the big advantages of the Post Plus versus just the Post. The other thing that I like about the Post is the battery pack. You can replace the batteries with your own batteries. You don't have to buy like a special taser battery for $40. Give me a second. We'll get into that in a minute. I got a product review I want to do later too. Random shits. I grew up in Sparta, Tennessee. What part are you from? Eric. What happened to your other vests? So I got different vests, man. Mr. Reese, this is a level 2A. It's really lightweight, and sometimes when I feel like I'm in an environment that's a little bit safer, I put on a lighter vest, or if I'm standing up all day. In my trunk, I have a 3A, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's a heavier, more heavy-duty kind of vest. But to be honest, man, these 2As can stop every single bullet that you're most likely going to run into on the street. So it does the job. It's thin, it's Kevlar. In the center of this, I got this thing called a trauma plate, right? It's hard metal. So I've got Kevlar in here, but then I got a trauma plate, which helps disperse the force of a bullet if I were to get shot, and it helps protect your vital organs since it's in the center. All right, what else we got here? Yeah, that was the main reason why I chose the Plus. I don't like the Moonlight feature, but I like the fact that I don't have to buy battery packs. And there you go, man. Again, the Taser Pulse, you got to buy their little battery packs, and they could be expensive. I've seen them go up to like 40 bucks. It's like a little, you can't take it apart. It's just built in, right? The Taser Pulse Plus, you can just buy these two. I think they're called CR123 batteries. You buy two of them, put it in there, and swap it out. Eric Smith, I'm getting jacked up on my hours, about ready to jump ship. So, hey, man, if accounting is screwing up your hours, dude, you can own that company. Like, literally, it can be your company. You sue them for, you know, defrauding you and taking your money. And and they know this. So if I were you, man, I would kind of notch it up a level. Don't give up, man. Don't jump ship of a company just because they're not paying you correctly. If you're working under the table, man, you don't got too much recourse. But if it's a legitimate company, their accounting and the company itself could be in jeopardy for not paying you correctly. And this is just in the security industry. This is any industry, man. Walmart, Target, you name it, man. If they don't pay you properly, or they try to cheat on hours, man, they can get in a lot of trouble. So when you say you want to jump ship, I just suspect that you're fed up with this company anyways. And I get it, man. If they're not paying you enough, or if you're fed up with them, then jump ship. But remember, whenever you get rid of something, you always have to have something to replace it with. You can't simply just jump ship and not have the bills paid. All right, what else we got here? Commander Hall, the OG himself, just wanted to say hi. Hey guys, Commander Hall, he has his own channel. You could probably just type in Commander Hall and you'll find him. He's and man, he's my counterpart. We bounce off each other. Sometimes I'll want to put a video out, and he literally will put a video out that's on the same topic that I was going to put out that day. And I'm like, man, I don't want him to think I'm copying him, but that's how close we think. But he just got 1,000 subscribers recently, so go check out his channel. I really don't know how you would find his channel, but I'm sure if you typed in like Commander Hall, that would do it. There's only one commander out there. What else do we got here? While I'm on here, what's your take on security intervening in fights that may happen on your post? Because your current... Okay. So, Commander Hall, you know, man, you got to pick and choose your battles. Let me tell you what happened today. Man, I had... Oh, God. This week... Just yesterday, bro. We had 3 attempted break-ins in our facility. 3, dude. I'm literally watching the cameras. I'm in Oakland, California. I call 911. 2.5-hour response time. And I'm thinking, should I just intervene, dude? I could stop this. I could literally go... I could even just scream out, hey! And that might do the trick. But I decided not to get involved. It just wasn't worth my life. And, but there are days where I just get fed up and I'm like, you know what, man? I'm not going to just sit here and let them get away with this. It's all about picking and choosing your battles, dude. And in this case, yeah. If somebody's fighting, I wouldn't get involved. See, my basic rule is I don't let anybody get within 6 foot of my range. You know, I hear a lot of guys say, oh, you should take martial arts and MMA so you can, you know, learn to fight better. And if somebody, man, trust me, I will not let somebody get that close to me. If they break that 6 foot barrier, they're getting tased. After that, it's nothing but bullets. I am not going to take a chance, dude, at having my life end or having them take my firearm and then, you know, hurt other people with it. So when it comes to fights, dude, anything can happen. People are heated, people are emotional, and you just don't think rationally. You start seeing red, right? And you just... So with fights and stuff, I just let it do its thing. If I saw somebody like getting their face curb stomped, I might somehow intervene. But again, I'm not breaking my 6 foot rule. I'm gonna have to tase them. Definitely gonna get 911 on the line. But yeah, Commander, I just don't get involved in fights, bro. And you know, like with police officers, the number one reason why they get killed is when they respond to domestic abuse issues. You would think it'd be like bank robberies or carjacking. It's domestic abuse issues. So somebody's arguing with their wife, the cop shows up, tries to like calm things down, and then they end up getting killed. So whenever it comes to things like that, man, I just stay out of it. All right. Let's see here. Eric Smith, man, you got so much to say. Let's see. Let me get to Officer Bahi real quick. Does your current company use eHub for schedules and stuff like that? Yeah, we use an application called When to Work, and we log into there. It keeps accurate hours. There's some GPS features that let them know that we are at work on that site. You can request days off through that app. So it's a pretty cool app. I like it. There's certain things I don't like about it, but it definitely beats a piece of paper where you're writing down your hours, and then you can get screwed that way, and I have in the past. But when it comes to like this When to Work app, I click in, it shows me the hours I worked that week, and at the end of the week I'm like, okay, well, I worked 40 hours, I should have 40 hours on my paycheck, and then it matriculates on payday to an app called ADP, which is a very popular app, and then I could verify that I got paid correctly. But yes, sir, we use an app like that, and that's starting to become the trend in security industry. Eric says, I drive 1.5 drive, make it to hell when you're working 13 hours. They use ADP but don't schedule. At least me after day. I'm sorry, man. I'm just reading Eric's little message here. I was a deputy for 10 years. The domestic triangle is the most dangerous. Yeah, Eric, man, like I said, man, just notch it up a level with your HR department or DM me offline. But the reality is, if you're that frustrated with it, it really shouldn't be a big issue, man. If they're using ADP, then they are definitely not paying you under the counter. You should have some recourse. I wouldn't let it stress you out too much, but clearly it is. If you got this much problem with the company, man, just, jump ship. But remember, always make sure you have something to replace it with before you get rid of it, because you're going to be trying to figure out your bills for the next month. Like, how do you handle them? Unless you've got that much money in the bank. But, all right, let's see what else we got here. Here's my Croatian fan, Martidik. Did you need to take a Taser class to carry one at work? Yeah, I got certified in my Taser. It was a generic class, bro. It was so dumb. It's one of those formalities. Yes, I got trained, but in the class that I took to get certified to carry my Taser, it didn't teach me anything I didn't know. It was telling you, well, things you don't shoot. You don't shoot a dog. You don't shoot somebody that's running away for, you name it, bro. It's just dumb. But yes, the bottom line is we got certified, and I think it's the law that you have to be certified to carry one at work. I will say, as liberal of a state as California is, there is no law that says you can't carry a Taser. So you can literally buy a Taser in California. You can conceal it or you can open carry it. The fact that it looks so much like a gun, I don't open carry it because people might mistake it as a real gun, and it could be an issue. But you can definitely carry it. You don't have to take any classes, but you got to use it responsibly. I mean, when you deploy that Taser, these little confetti things pop out, and each confetti has a serial number on it. So if you tase somebody and leave, the cops show up, they're going to look at this confetti and say, bro, why did you shoot at somebody and then leave the scene? You can get yourself in a lot of trouble. So you have to have a justified reason for deploying your Taser. So there's a certain sense of responsibility, man. If you tase somebody, remember, their muscles kind of constrict. They can fall back and hit their head. If you research deaths in Taser, you'll find that most people die from hitting their head on the ground. So you gotta be mindful, man. If somebody's running full blast and you hit them in the back, remember, they're gonna freeze. And if they're going 15 miles an hour running and they freeze, they're gonna hit the ground, and that could be deadly. So research it. Tasers are not as safe as you think. Definitely a tool to be used, but not as effective as you would imagine. I think the effectiveness is roughly 50%. So, and I'm just sort of digrading here. Let's get back on topic here. Eric Smith, hours. He just says hours. What does that mean? Random shit. How long have you lived in Cali? All my life, bro. Have you ever thought about leaving due to the high cost of living? As we speak, man. I hear a lot of people are going to Texas. All right, Random. So, a couple weeks ago, I went to Texas for the first time, and I went to North Carolina for the first time in my life. I am actually in that mental frame of leaving California. I give myself 1 year, I'll be out of here. Hopefully, if everything works, all the stars align. I'm looking more like North Carolina. I did visit Texas, and although I didn't see all of Texas, I'll tell you I was not impressed. Of course, it was super hot, but that's just climate. Just the environment, man, the homelessness, the nonsense. It's almost the same nonsense that I see here in California. Unless I went to the wrong part of Texas, but I did see enough of it to know that, nah, it's not for me. I totally envisioned it being something different. North Carolina, on the other hand, totally cheap. Everything was green. It was just a great place. So that's my next big move. That's my next big step in life, man. All right. So you drive 1.5 hours. Well, Eric, I hope it's worth it. I drive roughly an hour, and it's worth the drive. I make a little extra money every hour just by driving to the Bay part of California, the Bay Area, versus where I live at. Commander Hall, you ever been to Florida? Man, we're going to be neighbors pretty soon, but no, I have not been to Florida. I will tell you, though, Commander, everybody that I met in Carolina vacations in Florida. And I've talked to a few people that said, hey, I would love to move to Florida. And I'm like, from Carolina, you'd like to move to Florida? They're like, yeah, just there's more of a nightlife out there in Florida, and you name it. So I haven't considered Florida just because I know a couple times a year you guys get hit by hurricanes and all that nonsense. I want to go somewhere where it's quiet, crime is low, a lot of trees, a lot of green, but more importantly, where houses are cheap. I'm telling you, man, we were looking at houses before we were ready to move. We were looking at houses at like 600,000 to 700,000, and I was telling my wife, all right, well, let's budget for 600,000 because finding a $400,000 house wouldn't get you much out here in California. 500,000 would get you a fixer-upper in a rough area. 600,000 would get you something that's cool. If you really want a decent house, though, and when I say decent, just a safe neighborhood, you're looking at anywhere from 700,000 to $1 million. That's California, dude. And you're paying basically 2 weeks of your paycheck go just to mortgage, and that's if you're in a two-family household where you're both working full-time. And it just sucks that you literally have to work 2 weeks just to pay the mortgage. That doesn't include your electric bill, gas, food, all that stuff. Man, by the time you pay your bills off, you're absolutely broke. And I've made it clear to you guys, I make anywhere from $30 to $53 an hour in California. And even with that, I consider myself just barely middle class. And that's pushing it. It really is pushing it. That's how rough it is out here. 30 to 53 an hour in North Carolina, dude, you are you're doing good. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Leo Yang, were you in San Jose? I go to San Jose occasionally, but I don't think I've ever done. Yeah, No, I haven't done security out there. Random shit. Geez, 700,000 would get you right on the beach here. Yeah, bro, no doubt. 700,000 almost anywhere in the world will get you somewhere awesome. But here in Cali, if you get time, man, just type in houses for sale California. You'll see the prices I was faced with. Eric Smith, yeah, I make 36 hours a week, just can't get a set schedule. Like I worked last night, was supposed to work tonight, then he changed it last minute. Yeah, man, so we all deal with that in the security industry, bro. We deal with having our schedule screwed up, our hours screwed up. My last company, they promised me 23 an hour, 40 hours a week. Next thing you know, they put me on another site for a couple days. Had no clue I was making $16 an hour on that site until I got my paycheck. I was like, wait, what's this? I thought I was making 23, and they're like, nah, this site pays 16. So, The whole DEFCON 3 way of living is to adapt and adjust, know your worth, know your value. I got to the point where I'm like, screw you guys, dude. I'm going for something bigger. I am not about to like play this game where one day you pay me this amount, the next day you pay me that. And in retrospect, 23 an hour, there's no way I would ever go back to that. I thought that was good money. And you know, for some people it is good money, but not good enough for me, man. Not for what I have to offer. And what I have to offer is what every company wants in a guard, and that is timeliness and just having somebody show up and not fall asleep. Believe it or not, it is so difficult just to find those three things in the security industry. You know, people call out all day long. You know, as regional manager, I deal with that all the time. I've gotten 3 call outs today, so I have to like fill in people for the people that called out. One of the guys was like, "Ah, man, I think my cousin's got COVID, so I can't come in tonight." And I'm like, "Cool, bro. Then tell you what, don't show up for the next 2 weeks if you think you got exposed to COVID." And he was like, "Oh, no. What I meant, you know what? This is the kind of nonsense I deal with all the time." Anyways, let's see what else. What other kind of questions we got here? GTA May says, "Any advice for a security officer that wants to become a supervisor?" Yeah, bro, just put yourself out there, and don't take no for an answer. You know, just take the initiative, try to learn as much as you can, but try to get involved with corporate. Like maybe call up corporate occasionally and be like, "Hey, so I got some thoughts, man. I got some ideas," and make sure they're good ideas. That's what I do. Like before I was even a site lead, I would call up corporate and be like, "Hey, let me talk to one of the bosses. Yeah, man, I'm checking this site out, and I got some ideas." Or I'll tell them, "Hey, so and so's sounds like they're gonna call out. If you want me to fill in that schedule, I'll do it." So if you start taking the initiative like that, there's such a high turnaround in the security industry. They're gonna need a manager at some point. They're gonna say, "Joe Blow just quit," and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, well, let's get that GTA guy on there. He's always, you know, give him a chance." But more importantly, man, you just gotta be on time. If they look at your schedule and they'd be like, "Yeah, this guy's constantly calling out," it ain't gonna work, dude. They need somebody that is, you know, on point when it comes to showing up. When I look for somebody to promote, which I did promote a few people, the first thing I look at is their attendance. That's the very first thing. If I'm like, "Dude, this guy's totally awesome, but he is constantly calling out," you know, I don't even look at him twice. So make sure your attendance is on point, and then go from there. All right, what else do we got here? Lucky Luke, "Hey brother, what do you love most about North Carolina?" I was thinking about a potential move there too. It's between there and northern Nevada. Are you worried about the storms there? Hey Lucky Luke, yes, I am worried about the storms, but I love storms. So the person that we were staying with, they were gracious enough to let us stay for the week. I asked them about the storms, and they were like, "Yeah, if you live near the coast, you're going to run into issues. If you're more inland, you're going to get sustained winds at like 60, 70 miles an hour, but not enough to destroy your house." And, you know, when you look around those neighborhoods, I see houses that have been up for like 100 years, and they're still standing. So that tells me that, yes, it's an issue, but not as big as one would think. I always thought like Category 5s come through and destroy all the houses, and then you got to rebuild and do it over again. I'm looking at like, I always mess this up, Raleigh, North Carolina, areas like that. And yeah, they do get hurricanes that come through, but not so bad. Almost every day there that I was there, and this was like a few weeks ago, it rained. It rains for like 30 minutes, and then it's clear skies. And for that reason, everything out there is green. And I love it. I saw moss everywhere. I saw green trees. Like in California here, I'm looking at a green tree right now, but it's kind of got like a brownish tinge to it. Out there, it was like super green. And the air is super like clean, and you sleep well, and you feel rejuvenated. All that oxygen, you know, moving around. There's something else out there that I really like that's kind of dumb, but it just totally won me over, like almost on the first day. I had never in my life seen fireflies. Bro, when I saw these fireflies, I'm like, oh my God, this is the most awesome thing ever. So you have these little, beetles flying around, and then they illuminate, bioluminescence, I think is what they call it. I was so fascinated by that. And then I would follow them, and they would land like in a marsh area, and then like, or on a log, and that log would have like moss growing all over it. And I'm like, damn, dude, this state is just so beautiful. There's just moss everywhere and green, and the crime rates are low. Houses are cheap. We were looking at colonial houses with they literally look like the presidential White House with the columns and everything, like 5 rooms, 5 bedrooms, acreages of land. $250,000, dude. And that's for like huge houses. Out here in California, to get a 1-bedroom home, you're looking at minimum $350,000, $400,000 for a 1-bedroom home in a rough area. And good luck if you can find a house that cheap, at least where I live at. The minimum we're looking at is like $600,000. So Lucky Luke, that's just the beginning. It's just for me, in my humble opinion, it's one of the most beautiful states in America. Leo Yang, did they get paid sick leave in your story? No. The way the COVID thing works is you have to produce a paper that says you are COVID positive to get paid. If you were COVID negative, you don't get paid. So you could take 2 weeks off for precautionary measures. If you came back negative, we don't pay you. Random says, what county you in, Commander Hall? I think Commander Hall's in Los Angeles. Random. No, he's in Florida. I take that back. Commander Hall's in Florida. I don't know what county he is in though. Let's see. Do you have an EDC everyday carry? Oh, everyday carry. Yes, sir, I do. I have a Beretta 92 FS right here. Stainless steel. There you go. I hope you could see that. Well, here, let's just move the camera. I dropped you guys. All right, here's my everyday carry. Alright, that was bad. I dropped my phone and everything. That's my everyday carry, bro. I've had that forever. It is a Beretta 92 FS 9mm. In my humble opinion, a 9mm is the perfect gun for security. I see a lot of guys carrying 40 calibers. Nothing wrong with that. Some companies actually require 40 calibers. So if I had a choice to get certified for a 9 or a 40, I would probably go for 40. For those of you out there who are trying to figure out which one to go with, just because most companies ask for that. Hold on, let me get this camera a little bit adjusted here. I had it perfect. All right, what else we got here? Security. Let's see, we got an OG on right now. The security body cam channel. People act as if they don't want to work nowadays. They apply but constant call off. It's irritating. Yeah, man, that's what I tell everybody. If you want to move up, man, the first thing you got to do is just show up, right? To move up, just show up. When I worked at UPS, I think I was like 19 years old, bro. I was totally unprepared. And one day I was approached. When I say one day, like 3 months after working at UPS at the Oakland airport, they were like, hey, man, you want to be a supervisor? And I'm like, really? They're like, well, the truth is, we just need somebody who hasn't had at least 5 lates in 2 months, and you're the only person. So they promoted me to supervisor. That didn't last long. I was too young. I was too weak. I didn't know how to manage, and it didn't work out. But ultimately, life worked out. Probably good that I didn't get stuck there, but that job didn't work out. Eric Smith, dude.
710 Labs. This is dispatch 1011. Over.
I got a. Give me a second, guys. I got damn. I got a call coming through. All right, let me get back on in a minute.